The Miami Heat has suspended Jimmy Butler again, this time for 2 games due to a quote, continued pattern of disregard of team rules, insubordinate conduct, and conduct detrimental to the team, end quote. This comes after missing a team flight Wednesday. This is also the second time this month that the Heat has handed down a suspension to Jimmy Butler for conduct detrimental to the team. That time he missed 7 games. Now it's clear that Butler wants to be traded before the February 6th deadline, but Rodney, is this the best way to go about it?
Hell no, not messing with Pat Riley. It doesn't behoove you to do this. I don't think Pat Riley is a person who accommodates bratty behavior, you know. And bratty is a term that can be internalized however you see fit. But I think that Pat Riley is viewing Jimmy Butler as less than a man right now. And it's because of these actions. He comes from a generation where you honor the contract, you honor the work. You put your name on that dotted line a couple of years ago. I need you to finish this thing out in a way that lets me know that you appreciate how we have compensated you in the past. If you want to play for talk about future contracts, that's cool. But right now, in the midst of this one, you don't get to just act out like this. I like Jimmy Butler as a player. I'm a fan of his, but to continuously leave organizations in this fashion says a lot about his character. And, he's not a tier 1 guy. He never has been, but he has had tier 1 moments, and he's catapulted his team literally into championships or finals, rather, because he never won. But this you can't do this. This can't fly. Literally.
Yeah, obviously he's made it known that he wanted that $113 million extension. He didn't like his role on offense now. He's made that known. He's tripled down, according to Shams, with Pat Riley, with the owner, and then, of course, with his head coach. So he's let everybody know that he wants to be traded. But I feel like you said, there's a level of professionalism that you have to have when you're a basketball player in the NBA, and it just doesn't look good. Like, why are you getting suspended? And then when they asked him, okay, well, what happens if you're still in the Miami Heat February 7th? He's like, I'm just gonna hoop. So why aren't you hooping now?
Yeah.
And is a team, like you said, he's not tier 1. Is a team gonna want to deal with you? Are they gonna want to pay you and deal with that?
Now there is the question, because I think adding Jimmy Butler to your team, if you're a fringe team who's maybe potentially in a position to win a championship, you want Jimmy Butler on your team this year, because wherever he goes next, if he happens to go somewhere next, he is going to kill. I know that, because he really is kind of just reserving all of his energy right now. So wherever he goes next, he will be having a renewed spirit and energy about him. But as far as paying him for, 4 or 5 years, there were conversations a couple of years ago around Kyrie Irving. And Kyrie was looked at as a cancer. And Kyrie wasn't doing half of this. And the conversation around Kyrie was, you can't commit all of this money to him because you don't know what Kyrie Irving you are going to get. But Kyrie Irving was always a professional when it came to the game of basketball. And he never shortchanged the game, which is what Jimmy Butler is doing. He's taking way too few shots, and he's doing it intentionally, right? He's not being aggressive, not being assertive, and he's being one of those guys who's like, all right, I'm going to play defense, but y'all can't make me shoot. And it's childish. And I can't imagine being his teammate right now, being like, yo, bro, like, I'm out here, like, some of those guys are fighting for their future contracts as well. In the Miami Heat, even though I think right now they're in the 6th seed in the playoffs, I don't know if they continue to not perform well, it affects everybody else's paycheck down the line.
I know that he wanted to go to Phoenix. Mm-hmm. How do you feel like that dynamic would be?
I think that'd be a good fit. Honestly, I think Jimmy brings a lot of toughness. While he doesn't bring the outside shooting, contingent upon what Phoenix has to give up to get him, I think Grayson Allen is a phenomenal shooter, right? So if you have D-Book, Grayson Allen, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant, and is it Nurkic that's their center? Then I think that's a formidable 5. And I think that, obviously I worked for the Washington Wizards for 5 years, so I know Bradley Beal. I know him well. I don't think he's a good fit next to Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. I never thought it was the right fit. I don't think that he's big enough. I don't think that he needs the ball in his hands too much. And so, and it would be one thing if he was a little bit of a better defender, but he's not. And the Phoenix Suns need toughness, but he has that no trade clause. So if I'm Bradley Beal, do I want to uproot my family? You know, he's close to LA where his wife is from, and he's got three young boys. Do I want to uproot my family in the middle of the season? Maybe I don't. And he holds all the cards, but if you can get Jimmy Butler, Phoenix, absolutely do it. But I don't know why Miami would do that. I don't know that Bradley Beal necessarily fits next to Tyler Hero. Sorry, that's a lot, but that's how I feel. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I also saw another trade, a 3-team trade involving the Bucks, where maybe Beal goes to Milwaukee, Chris Middleton goes to Miami, and Jimmy Butler ends up in Phoenix, and maybe some other moving parts as well. So we'll keep a close eye on that. But in the interim, I just think Jimmy Butler needs to be more of a professional. And he's too old for this. He's too old for these antics. And I think he's setting a bad precedent for the young guys in the league. We know it's a players' league already, fam. You ain't got to abuse the system. You ain't got to abuse the system. Anyway, y'all let us know your thoughts on Jimmy Butler's current behavior. Is this suspension warranted? And if so, do you feel like it is just time for the Miami Heat to clean their hands of Jimmy Butler? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section.